The clink of fine china and the low hum of privileged conversation was a symphony of normalcy for Elias Vance. He conducted his billion-dollar deals in rooms like this where the air smelled of old money and fresh lees, and the staff were meant to be silent, efficient ghosts. His eyes, the color of cold steel, scanned the contract in his hand, but his focus was broken by the young woman refilling his water glass. She moved with a quiet grace, her dark hair pulled back in a simple ponytail, her presence and irritation in his periphery. As she finished, she dared to meet his gaze for a fleeting second, a small professional smile on her lips. It was in that moment a surge of irrational annoyance washed over him. He leaned back, a contemptuous smirk twisting his lips, and in the guttural flowing tones of his native Arabic, he muttered to his associate, "Look at this one. Another simple-minded girl probably dreaming of a rich husband while she scrapes by. You can see the poverty clinging to her like dust. It's pathetic the lives these people settle for. If you believe in kindness and the power of second chances. If this story has already sparked something in you, please show your support by giving this video a like, sharing it with someone who needs to see it, and subscribing to Touch of Kindness. Your engagement helps us spread more light in the world." The woman, whose name was Anna, did not flinch, but something shifted behind her eyes. A tectonic plate of memory grinding deep within her soul. For a moment, she was no longer in the opulent air-conditioned restaurant. She was back in her grandmother's sun-baked courtyard in Damascus. The scent of jasmine and baking bread thick in the air. The sound of her grandmother's voice, warm and rich as honey, teaching her the beautiful complex language of their ancestors. She saw the vibrant souks, heard the call to prayer echoing through ancient streets, felt the love that was woven into every word. That language was a tether to a home she had lost, to a past filled with both immense joy and unspeakable sorrow. Elias Vance's words weren't just an insult. They were a desecration of a sacred memory. She continued her work, her hands steady despite the tremor in her heart. She moved between tables, her smile never slipping, all while the billionaire's cruel words echoed in her mind. She remembered the struggle of arriving in this new country as a teenager, her family having lost everything. She remembered the long nights studying, the determination to build a life of dignity, to honor her parents, a sacrifice. This job to him was a sign of failure. To her it was a testament to her resilience, a stepping stone while she finished her degree in international relations. Each plate she carried, each glass she polished was paid for with her own sweat and strength. The weight of his judgment felt heavy, an anchor trying to pull her down into the bitterness he assumed defined her. The meal concluded. Elias Vance summoned her with a condescending flick of his hand, ready to dispense with the triviality of paying the bill. He placed a sleek black credit card on the table, not even looking at her as he resumed his conversation in Arabic, this time adding, "Just take it and go. The sooner we're out of this tedious place, the better. I need to be around people who actually matter." Anna picked up the card. The air in the room seemed to grow still, charged with a silent, gathering storm. She looked directly at him, her posture straight, her gaze unwavering, then in flawless classical Arabic, devoid of any accent, her voice as clear and resonant as a bell, she spoke. "Certainly, sir," she said. "But before I process the payment for your tedious meal, perhaps you would like me to explain the menu more clearly for your next visit. It can be difficult to understand, especially for someone with such a limited perspective." Elias Vance froze. The color drained from his face. His associate choked on his water, his eyes wide with shock. The symphony of the restaurant halted. All Elias could hear was the blood roaring in his ears. The words, his own weapon, had been caught, transformed, and flung back at him with an elegance and precision that left him utterly defenseless. He stared at her, truly seeing her for the first time. He saw not a simple-minded girl, but a young woman of profound intelligence and unbreakable poise. The dusty poverty he claimed to see was in reality the quiet glow of immense dignity. He was not looking down at a waitress. He was being looked through by a queen. You speak Arabic, he finally stammered.